alfalfa patch on a Sunday morning. Me and my brothers would sit on the fence and watch them. White chickens they was.
We didn't have alfalfa.
You're nuts.
No, I ain't. We're going to do it.
You're nuts. I've seen hundreds of men come by on the road and on the ranches. Bindles on their back, and that same damn thing with me. Hundreds of them. They come and they quit and they go on. And every goddamn one of them got a little piece of land in his head. And every goddamn one of them gets it. Just like heaven. Everybody wants a little piece of land, and nobody never gets to heaven. And nobody never gets no land.
We're going to do it. George says we are.
It's just in your head. You guys all the time talking about it, but it's just in your head.
No, we're going to do it. George and old Candy and myself, and we're going to have a windmill.
I guess somebody's out there. Maybe so. That you say?
Slim went to town. See, have you seen Lenny?
You mean the big guy?
Yeah, yes. Seen him around?
He's in here.
Hey, Lenny. See, I've been figuring about the place.
You can come in if you want.
Well, I don't know. Of course, if you want me to.
Oh, come on in. Everybody's coming in. You might just as well. It could be a goddamn racetrack.
Yeah. Nice, cozy little place you got here. Must be nice having a place all to yourself.
Sure. And the manure pile under the window. Up to myself. It's well.
You said about the place.
You know, I've been here a long time. Man, Crook's been here a long time, too. And this is the first time I've ever been in his room.
Guys don't come and call it Main's room. Nobody been here but Slim.
The place, though. You said about the place we're going to get.
Oh, yeah. We can make some real money on them rabbits if we go about it
But
right.
I get the tender rabbits. George says I do.
You guys is just getting yourselves. So you'll talk about a hell of a lot, but then you won't get no land. You'll be a swamper here till they take you out in a box. Hell, I've seen too many guys.
George says we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We got the land all picked out and everything.
Mm-hmm. And where's George now? In town, in the cat house. I tell you, I've seen it happen too many times.
George ain't got the money in town. We got the money saved up in the bank. Me, Lenny, and George, we're gonna get a room all to ourselves, and we're gonna have a pig and chickens and green corn and maybe a cow.
You say you got the money?
Well, we got most of it, just a little more to get. George got the land all picked out nicely and everything.
I've never seen a guy really do it. I've seen guys nearly crazy with loneliness for land. But every time a cat house or black jacket took it away from me, say, if a guy was on a hand to work for nothing, just a kid, why come lend a hand? I ain't so crippled I can't work like a son of a bitch if I wanted to.
So you couldn't go to bed like I told you, could you, Lenny? No, you gotta go out to society, flop in your mouth, holding a convention out here.
Well, George, you was in town. There was nobody in the bunkhouse. I didn't do no bad thing.
Only time I ever gave you peace when you're sleeping. If you start walking in your sleep, I'm gonna cut your head off like a chicken.
We was just sitting here talking. Ain't no harm in that.
Yeah, I heard you. I gotta be out here for a minute. I gotta watch it. It ain't nothing against you, Crooks. It's just we wasn't gonna tell nobody.
Didn't you have no fun in town?
Well, I sat in one of them nice chairs, and Susie was cracking jokes, and them guys started to raise a little puny hail. Christ almighty, I ain't never been this way before. So, I just set out a dime and a nickel, and I think to myself, a hell of a lot of full carrot seed you can get for 15 cents.
Yeah, not in those damn little envelopes, but bulk seed you sure can.
So pretty soon I come back, because I can't think of nothing else to do. Them guys slinging money around got me all jumpy.
Well, a guy's gotta have some fun. Yeah, I was in a parlor house in Bakersfield once. God almighty, what a place. we went upstairs on a red carpet. And there was big pictures on the wall, and we sat in nice soft chairs, and there was a table full of cigarettes, and they was all free. And pretty soon a job come in with a tray of whiskey, and they was all free too. Take as much as you want. And pretty soon the girls come in, and they was as nice and as pretty and as polite. They didn't seem like hookers. Kind of made you afraid to ask.
All right, so you got to look at a pretty dress, you got a cigarette, and you got a whiskey. And it sets you back 12 and a half. You shot a week's pay for that walk on that red carpet.
A week's pay? Yeah, sure. I've worked many weeks my whole life. And I don't remember none of them weeks. But I remember that. The girl I went with, her name was Arlene. She had this beautiful pink silk dress.
Well, I suppose you're looking for Curly. Curly ain't here.
I know Curly ain't here. I wanted to ask Crook something. I didn't know you guys was here.
Didn't George tell you? We don't want you here. You know damn well Curly ain't here.
I know where Curly went. Got his arm in a sling and he went anyhow. I tell ya, I wanted to ask Crook something.
Maybe you better go along to your own house. You had to come near the men's room. I don't want no trouble. You don't want to ask me nothing.
Oh, you got a husband. You got no call coming around causing trouble with us guys.
I try to be nice and polite to you lousy bindle bums, but you're too good. I tell you, I could have went with shows, and the guy wanted to put me in pictures right in Hollywood. I wanted to ask somebody.
I had enough of this. You ain't wanted here. We told you you ain't coming in here calling us bindle bums. You got boozy ideas of what us guys amount to. You don't have sense enough to see we ain't bindle bums. Suppose you could get us king. Suppose you could. You think we'd go down the highway and look for another two-bit job? Well, you don't know we got our own place to go to. And we got friends. That's what we got. Maybe there was a time we didn't have nothing, but that ain't so no more.
You damn old goat. If you had 2 bits, you'd be in Soledad getting a drink and sucking the bottom of the glass.
Maybe she should ask Crooks if she'd come and ask him. I don't think she came and asked nothing at all.
What happened to Curly's hand? So it wasn't no machine. Curly didn't act like he was telling the truth. Come on, Crooks. What happened?
I wasn't there. I didn't see it.
What happened? I won't let on to Curly. He says he caught his hand in a gear. Who done it?
Didn't nobody do it.
So you done it. Well, he had it coming.
Look, I didn't saw Curly.
Maybe you ain't scared of him no more. Maybe he'll talk to me sometimes now. Everybody was scared of him.
Look! I didn't saw Curly. If you had trouble with anyone, it wasn't on our affair. Now look, we told you to get the hell out. It didn't do no good. So I'm gonna tell you another way. Us guys got something we're gonna do. If you stick around, you're gonna come with the works. It ain't your fault. Look, if a guy steps on a round pebble and he falls down and breaks his neck, it ain't the pebble's fault. But the guy wouldn't have done it if the pebble wasn't there.
What are you talking about, pebbles? If you didn't sock Curly, who did? Where'd you get them bruises on your face?
Tell you! Got his hand caught in the machine.
Oh, you got his hand caught in a machine.
And you get the hell out of here!
So it was you. Well,